27th of April tomorrow marks the date in 1994 of the first democratic election in South Africa. The presidency says the 2019 National Freedom Day celebrations marks 25 years of freedom from the apartheid colonial oppression and the country's development as a constitutional democracy. Our SABC News reporter Iviwe Poti is in Makhanda in the Eastern Cape. This, of course, ahead of the celebrations that will take place in that area tomorrow. Iviwe, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for coming through. Just before we look at what to expect tomorrow, we understand that COGTA Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize paid a visit to the area this morning. Talk to us about some of the highlights from his visit.
A very good afternoon to you too, Balesa. Definitely the Minister Zweli Mkhize was here to address some of the issues. We'll remember that last year he was here as well. This is a city that has been marred by maladministration, corruption, interference. There are issues of service delivery, electricity, water, sanitation, etc., where we found that the community has been up in arms for a number of years. If I can just take you back, looking at the past 5 years, what it has looked like for the city of Makhanda, previously known as Grahamstown. In the past 5 years, this is a city that has seen about over 10 acting MMs and about 6 CFOs, showing that, you know, there's been an issue of stability, more of a municipality that shows instability, which has then affected in terms of service delivery and how they are doing their jobs. So some of the issues that the minister was here to address are those issues that were highlighted by community members as well as last year, looking at those issues of service delivery, infrastructure, water and sanitation. You'll remember that this is an area where government is now having a hands-on approach. The Minister Zweli Mkhize did say, although he's not completely satisfied, with the amount of work that has been done thus far and how far the city is going, it looks to him like the city is going in the right direction. He didn't give any indication that, the city would be put under administration. You'll remember that the previous minister, Pravin Gordhan, had put this administration, he had put this municipality under administration around about 2013. And also looking at the electricity bill that they had, he mentioned that there's an inter-ministerial team that is looking at the issue of electricity. You'll remember that this city owes Eskom about 90 million, and Eskom has said, they're looking at power cuts of about 14 hours a day, which would be detrimental to the business sector. But speaking also to the mayor here, he said they have a very interlinked partnership between private sector, Rhodes University, about 44 businesses that they are working with, also looking at a case that is in court with Eskom as well to ensure that they are not out of electricity. And then the issue of infrastructure, the minister said not only are they looking at servicing the infrastructure, because it's old infrastructure that's also giving problems, but they're looking at sorting out those issues and fixing where there are problems, because sewer pipes are bursting in areas and community members are completely unhappy about that. And the minister highlighted also issues of you can fix one thing, but the community will always come up with another thing, which is very important in terms of governance. Also, we know that the provincial government is also having, a good eye on this city right now. We know that the Premier, Phumulo Masualle, was here about a week ago, also to look at these issues. We also know that they've got NGOs that are helping out in terms of borehole water systems that are trying to address the issues of water.
Yeah. As you say, Iviwe, these were some of the concerns raised by the residents about a year ago. Now, their reaction really to the response, or to the minister's response, are they satisfied with what the minister had to tell them?
Well, the meeting was a closed meeting, so you mainly had, your leaders of this community as well as the municipality. Like I said earlier, Balesa, remember that for a very long time there's been instability here in terms of no permanent CFO, no permanent MM. Those vacancies have been filled, and currently the minister was saying he's very impressed. There's a managerial position where someone has been suspended because there are allegations of corruption, saying that this is a sign of a municipality that's trying to work towards being having a clean administration and also being accountable to the people of the city. You remember towards the end of last year there was a big protest here by community members throughout the community of Grahamstown, that being your poor people and the richest of this area coming together, and they were picketing saying that they want council to be dissolved. We saw there the government removing the mayor at the time. There's a new mayor now. That mayor is addressing some of these issues, and the mayor highlighted that he is is one that is, having an open door policy specifically to the organizations around this community to address the issues that they're coming forward with. And this is something that the minister said is a sign of going into the right direction.
All right. Quickly, Iviwe, let's just now talk about the celebrations tomorrow, the preparations, what is expected to happen and when.
In terms of tomorrow, the program is set to start out very early, just making sure that people make their way to the stadium. You'll remember that they're expecting about, I think, 15,000 people, but the venue is set to take about 20,000 people. We did have a look-see in terms of the preparations. It looks like it's all systems go. There are 2 tents and also an overflow tent to ensure that, they provide for everyone. However, Pales, I must mention that the previous week where the SABC has been here doing some groundwork, we do know that community leaders have indicated that there might be a protest or picket tomorrow to highlight the issues that I've already mentioned, saying that they're not happy in terms of the pace that the municipality is working in terms of addressing some of the issues that they are facing, like cleanly water that you can actually drink from the tap. Some of them are going 2 weeks without water, and some of the water tanks are not actually reaching all of the communities, specifically the community in the western side of Grahamstown.
All right, Iviwe, we'll leave it at that. Many thanks there to our reporter Iviwe Poti, live from Makhanda in the Eastern Cape province. Of course, that is where the Freedom Day celebrations will come from tomorrow.